Hey, what's up, snipers? Stock Sniper Nick here, and tonight we're gonna go over the watch list for tomorrow morning, which is Wednesday, August 5th. Let's go ahead and let's dive in. Before we dive in, I always like to give a quick little shout out here from the Sniper Lounge out to our gang that's all around America, even some people outside of America. And tonight our shout out's gonna go to my man D-Man, who actually had a $488 overnight bag. So literally bought it at the end of the day, sold this morning, and he was able to do that in OPTI. Great job, D-Man, and good job sticking to your plan and taking the bag when it was there. OPTI ended up spiking a little bit more, but D-Man took the bag and ran with it, and that's 488 secured dollars. It's actual cash now, and you can do what you want with it. So good job. You know, that's exactly what we preach, taking that overnight hold, being able to get that reward of that gap up tomorrow morning. So for tonight, what's exciting is we got a stock that we're in overnight, and we're actually looking for that gap up. That'll lead us into our watches for tonight. We got 4 stocks we're gonna talk about. One of them is listed, and that's actually the stock we're in overnight. On the left side is our watch list, and on the right side is TD Ameritrade's Think or Swim. We're gonna start with the first stock on the list, which is the stock we're in overnight, and that's actually the stock here to the right, and that's WLL, a listed play. Let's read about why we got into it and our plan for tomorrow. WLL is a petroleum energy company that created a first green day going into close. As you can see on this long-term chart, finally is having this first nice green perk, and it's closing towards the high. It actually closed that high today. So it's creating a first green day, and it ended up holding good support throughout the day. It had a good trading range. Last time this had first green days, the last 2 times, it had very nice gap ups. First green day there and first green day here. This one we were actually in overnight, and it rewarded us with 30% plus the next morning. So that was a very nice profit. WLL, as you can see in the morning, got that big push. Energy has just been beaten up. The oil sector has been beaten up, with people not knowing if the demand's going to be there for oil. However, it looks like there was some coronavirus relief talks today, and it gave some energy stocks some hype, and WLL followed that hype. So it gets this morning spike, it tops out at 104, and then it creates a trading range throughout the rest of the day from 95 to 104. What's awesome is 95 creates a triple bottom throughout the day, so this becomes a secure support. We also have this VWAP that's at 97. So we actually went ahead and we swung at this one. There was only 30 minutes left. We got in at 102. Now, we did get a nice push into the close. It closed at 108. It did get to 112. So we do have a little bit of a cushion going into tomorrow. We are looking for a gap up. Since that has happened the past couple times, that is exactly what we're looking for. It's nice we have this cushion, because if it's not gapping up, we'll go ahead and sell it and take whatever we got there. Next ones are 2 cannabis plays. And these are ones that we're just watching, and we're watching them because they were first green days today. CVSI is getting its first green day with some good volume, right? And it's also coming up to a key resistance of 77. Both these plays got good morning volume, they got good morning hype, but then the volume died out. So that's why we're just sitting there on the sidelines, we're kind of just watching. But on a long-term chart, CVSI looks like it is getting some uptrend. RSPI, this one is actually a sub-penny play. So it's a OTC cannabis play, but a sub-penny, so a little bit different. This one's going to move a little bit more crazier, as it's all the way down here at 0.0085. Now with this one, it had a nice first green day, but then again, this one couldn't find the volume to push it back towards the high at the end of the day. So if we dive into the 1 day, 1 minute, it got that push, and then it's choppy throughout the rest of the day. So we kind of stayed away, and we're just going to go ahead and watch this one too. RSPI actually came out with news in the morning that they got a $2 million commitment. So it gave this some hype, and it gave it that morning volume. Let's see what'll happen tomorrow. Again, these are 2 that we're just keeping an eye on. They're 2 cannabis plays that we've seen run in the past. So we'll just keep an eye. If some new news comes in tomorrow morning, or some really good morning volume in the opening minutes, these ones could still be hot, since they do have some uptrend going on the long-term chart. So we'll be watching the high of day spots that they made today, those resistance spots, and we'll be seeing if volume could kick in the morning to get these things moving for another leg. And last but not least, guys, we always like to have one wildcard pick of the night, and our wildcard tonight is this awesome OTC runner, OPTI. This was just a sub-penny play not too long ago in May. It has made this awesome fresh breakout, which, as you can see, it's shown that it can run. So this is good enough for us. And then when it comes back up, it makes a first green day. That first green day is so good, it comes all the way up close to the high of the year of 0.056. and then a couple days later ends up breaking it. So that's what's nice about these stocks. You always want to keep them on the radar. That's why we say put all these stocks from the watch list on your own watch list in TD Ameritrade. That way you can be the first on it when it's coming up to those key resistance break spots. And as you can see with OPTI, when it finally broke out of that year resistance, it pushed from 5.6 and it topped out all the way at 9.5 today. So almost 100% from the breakout, well over 100% from the start of the move. So this one had an awesome breakout, and congrats all longs, including our guys you saw earlier. D-Man took full advantage of it. So good stuff there, man. But now that this thing has spiked so much, it is starting to look a little bit overextended. So we're going to watch it for a panic dip buy. So we're going to watch for a panic dip buy tomorrow. If it doesn't happen tomorrow, we'll be keeping an eye on it for the rest of the week, because we do think a crack is coming. One strong indicator to show that the crack is coming soon, if you go into the 1 day, 1 minute, you'll see today it started to look a little bit tired, right? It topped out at 9.5, and then it really couldn't get the volume to go over it. And when it started to crack, it got a crack all the way down to 7.5. Luckily for the longs here, if there's any bag holders still holding, be careful, guys. This is a nice gain right here. But fortunately for them, you got to bounce into the close, and this thing actually ended up closing in the 9s. What's nice about that bounce is it makes the panic dip buy even juicier, right? Because it's back up at the 9s. It has a lot of downside. When the sellers do step in, we think another crack could happen here. And if the crack does happen, we like to support down at the 6s and also around 5.5, that breakout spot where it broke out the 52-week high. All right, so that is our list for tonight. We got that listed stock. We finally earned a listed stock for you guys overnight, so let's see how that goes. For our members, we will see you guys on Webinar Wednesday tomorrow. It is another green week, so excited to talk about it. For everyone else, much love, my snipers. We'll see you guys next Tuesday night. Peace.